So hi everybody. We're very happy to have you all here. We have a very nice team of people here in Spain. I think we're more than 100 people sitting here, and we have 4,000 people all around the globe. I would like to thank Carlos Romero, who support and create all this program. It's my first experience in the webcast, so I'm extremely nervous. For me, it's much easier to speak about Chemo and Exeltis, but not thinking that we have so many people around. I would also like to thank Raul, who joined us more than 1 year, and is supporting and was the creator of all the Exeltis, not umbrella, but full project. It's amazing. I was thinking that once we are here in Madrid, but if we go right and we fly 11,000 kilometers, we arrive to a small place in Philippines called Cebu Island, and there's a Exeltis person sitting there. And then if we move from here and we go 10,000 kilometers left, and then there's somebody in California, in Los Angeles, having a good time. And then if we go north, and still we do 4,000 kilometers, we get in Moscow, and we also have someone there. And then if we go, again, like 10,000 kilometers south, really south, we get to the wonderful city of Buenos Aires, and still we have people there. So it's amazing how, up, down, left, and right, we have people all around sitting and looking for that. And I was thinking, how was this possible? When we started 10 years ago with a small acquisition of a company called EFIC, what happened? And I think that two things happened. First, and I would like to thank, and here we have all the people of Chemo, we had a great support of Chemo that allowed us to develop the Exeltis brand, the Exeltis franchise. We started, everything was made with the support of Chemo, and the support was based in products, was based in people, was based in technologies, was based in cash flow. Everything was supported with Chemo. So thanks to Chemo that allowed Exeltis to convert into this company. And the second thing is people. I believe that as we have great people in Chemo, we started to have great people, and at that time a little bit crazy because it was hard to bring people to such a new project, but we were able to bring people that believe in the project and that help us to build what Exeltis is today. But I think there's not too much, it's not very worth to speak about what happened in the past and what did we do good or bad. I think that the important thing is to think what we have to do in the future. And I think that we have two big challenges to do. The first one is to consolidate, because today we are in 40 countries, but a lot of the projects are new things, so we need to develop them, we need to make them bigger, we need to make them more profitable. And I realize it's difficult to consolidate when you're not a big organization. I was speaking here with a small team that is much easier when you're big, and I throw the example of Pfizer with Wyeth as an example. It's not difficult for big corporations to consolidate. But for us, it's going to take a little bit of effort. But on the other side, the big thing that we have, and I believe that's different, is the speed. And we need to preserve the speed. And even though we need to consolidate and work and improve what we have, the spirit of entrepreneurship and the spirit of being able to do things quick has to be preserved. So I believe that if we're able to consolidate in the right way and to move fast, I believe that we have a bright future. So I really thank, again, for the support. Thanks for Chemo and all the people that Chemo are seeing in other parts of outside Madrid. Thanks for the support. And to the Exeltis people, welcome to our new brand. Thanks for supporting us, and I wish all of you all the best. I think we have a small video now. So I leave you with a video, and then Raul will take the lead. Thank you very much.
Today is a great day. As from today, you will be stronger, you will have more resources, and your voice will reach every corner of the planet. Because as from today, Exeltis is your new company, and you are Exeltis. Exeltis has been born to rethink healthcare as a logical consequence of the evolution and sustained growth of Chemo's pharmaceutical business. Chemo started back in the 70s, created by the husband and wife team Dr. Hugo Sigman and Dr. Sylvia Gold. Both believed that the time had come for a new approach to healthcare, and Chemo took its first steps as a supplier of raw materials to the chemical pharmaceutical industry. A few years later, the company expanded its field of activity and entered the industrial business, developing and manufacturing active pharmaceutical ingredients. But Chemo's management team still believed that they could make an even greater commitment to innovation in healthcare. And thus, in the early 90s, Chemo began to develop and manufacture finished dosage forms with a high technological content. It also expanded its sales structure, opening new offices in Europe and Asia, and strengthened its production capacity in Spain, Italy, Argentina, India, and China. In 2003, Chemo diversified its activity and started its own pharmaceutical business, initially focusing on the women's health segment. Shortly afterwards, and in parallel to its other activities, the company established new strategic agreements with other leading pharmaceutical companies and went into the biotechnology business. After more than 35 years of experience and continuous growth, the world has changed and it's time to rethink healthcare once again. But rethinking implies innovation and an ongoing endeavor to find new solutions to meet new needs. It's time to come together and move forward. It's time for Exeltis. Exeltis owes its name to the exaltation of excellence and expresses our passion for it. Exeltis fuses the group's knowledge, experience, and innovative spirit, creating an organization with the capability to develop, produce, and deliver treatments to millions of people around the world. Exeltis is an eminently international company, present in more than 40 countries through more than 30 affiliates distributed around the world. Its human team totals 4,000 professionals, with more than 2,000 medical sales representatives. And because you are Exeltis, the company's soul and driving force, this makes you an important part of an organization whose primary mission is to make a difference to the lives of millions of patients throughout the world. As part of Exeltis, we will now be acting on a global scale, taking our organic portfolio throughout the world, spreading our business through further inorganic acquisitions or partnerships, and expanding into new therapeutic areas in order to diversify our business. Our energy, enthusiasm, and passion, coupled with our skills and resources, will make our company continue to grow in excellence and innovation and allow us to meet the needs of our key customers, patients, and healthcare professionals. To sustain this passion, we ensure that our orchard remains attractive and bountiful year after year. True to the same philosophy, to satisfy unmet medical needs through three fundamental pillars: innovation, diversity, and excellence. Exeltis is about rethinking healthcare. Exeltis is about rethinking everything. It's time to rethink. Rethink about life, rethink about science, rethink about healthcare. Exeltis, rethinking healthcare.
Okay, I think I want to thank Leandro first for being the visionary that brought us to today. It was his views, his ideas, his vision that brought us here. But first of all, I want to say something a little bit in Spanish because I didn't have a chance to do so. And it seems kind of ironic that the branded business didn't have a brand. And that's why we call in Spanish, en casa de herrero, cuchillo de palo. So now is the day where we do have a brand, and we are launching that brand. So to our colleagues in the rest of the world, I just want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone around the world and around the world of Exeltis. As Leandro has expressed before in this retrospective view, today is a real special day for all of us. It's a day where everything comes together. So many ideas and dreams, endless days and nights, putting together a visionary dream that started 10 years ago. The idea began with the challenge on how can we improve human health? How can we add value to patients by providing more affordable medicine through innovative products and also innovative solutions? How can we make a difference in the lives of others through a better health? And that vision has never changed. On the contrary, has been embedded into everything that we do. We want to be different, unconventional, and this is very important. We gotta be unconventional. Entrepreneurs, and because of this, This what brought us the idea of rethinking healthcare. We don't have the power to change the world in the health system, but we do have the power to touch people's lives. Today is the birth of Exeltis, the former so-called branded of Chemo, or branded business. Why is today a cornerstone for all of us? Because we have found an identity behind a clear mission, a transparent vision, with a set of values and principles that will guide us to the years to come. I believe that one of the key elements of all of us is the sense of belonging. We have to feel that we belong to something. We identify ourselves with friends, with the flag, with the national anthem, and with the work that we do on a daily basis. Today, the creation of Exeltis allows us to have the answer to all of that. We belong to something. We can identify ourselves with the vision of constantly looking for a future in healthcare, of rethinking and redefining constantly three elements that are key in any organization: people, product, processes. And by doing this rethinking constantly, will allow us to be a better company, and will allow us to offer better products to our customers. Our mission is clear. We have to make a difference in the lives of millions of people and bring solutions, innovative solutions, and affordable solutions to patients and also to families and professionals with high quality standards. Also, before this meeting, our management team at Exeltis has put together what I call the basic principles, which are already present at Chemo, and that I want our people to embed and be what identifies us. And that's what I call the 7 principles. And for people that are here in Spain, we're going to take a test after the meeting, so we better think about this. They are, and this is very important, integrity and transparency, our number 1 value. Number 1, not because it's more important, but the 7 principles that I'm going to say are very critical. And as a matter of fact, later on through the year, we're going to be referring to these principles through our campaign that is going to be put in place by the Human Resource Department. Entrepreneurship, certainly Leandro mentioned this, and it's critical for us, the spirit of being an entrepreneur. Sense of urgency. I think this is one of the most, if not the thing that has to make us different from anybody else. The sense of urgency of bringing solutions, bringing added value, be innovative, be unconventional, be somebody that is not happy with the environment that we see in healthcare that we need to improve. Teamwork, innovation, communication, and of course, as we said before, cost and improvement. These 7 principles will guide us to achieve our goals. If we live them, and again I repeat, if we live them, it's not 7 things that are going to be hanging on a wall. We have to identify ourselves with that. If we live them, we will be that different company that we want to be. And we will be trying to redefine, reshape, and rethink ourselves and the environment around us. There was a philosopher that once says there's 2 types of people. One that adjust themselves to the environment, and the other one that adjust the environment to themselves. And he said, thanks for the second one, that's why the world changes. So I invite every one of the 4,000 lives at Exeltis, and of course our colleagues from Chemo, to feel this sense of belonging, of community, and really rally behind the idea of Exeltis. Today, it's only the beginning. It is the birth of this worldwide organization with a logo, a deep blue, that means a world of possibilities, and the tagline that says rethinking healthcare. But more than that, is another major steps in the evolution of a dream of an institution. Please join me under this vision, this set of value, this mission, these objectives, this view of the future, represented by these colors, by this tagline, and by this name of Exeltis. Thank you. I'm going to leave the, oops. I'm like Madonna, trying to change, can you hear me? Yeah. Now, talking about the future and now more concrete, we have an aspiration at Exeltis, which I already, by the way, committed with Leandro, so it's more than an aspiration. We have to achieve $1 billion of sales by 2017. The only way to achieve that is with the 7 principles, but more so with the support and the teamwork, as we have shown in the last year, at least since I joined the company, of this family that is really the Chemo family. So I want to thank everyone, and I want to toast, and you will do so a little bit after this. So I'm going to drink only with Leandro. This is the benefit of being the boss. For everyone, for Chemo, for long life of Exeltis, and for the $1 billion. Thank you. I like to open up the floor for a Q&A. Q&A means obviously questions that you ever have. You can do it in Spanish. I translate it in English, and then I will answer in Spanish, or Leandro will, and in English too. So unfortunately, our colleagues around the world cannot be interactive. Maybe next time we would. If anybody has a question, Mr. Manuel Barro has a cell phone. You can call him, and he will transfer the call to us. So please, the floor is open. Any question of any time. It could be Exeltis. It could be something different. And by the way, you're not going to be judged by the question, okay? Our Spanish colleagues, as you can see, are very shy, which I'm surprised, because I've been surprised by you guys not being shy at all. So,
let me, I don't know, Charlie, you're here. Charlie Bañado, Gustavo is here. I think Charlie and Gustavo were part of we were the 3 Musketeers at that time that we decided the FIC. And so I don't know, Charlie, Gustavo, maybe you can, I don't know, make any question. I know, Charlie, you are now in big things. Everything with Exeltis is small. You know, you're in the World League with biotech. But maybe you have some comment or question. Gusti, the same. Or anyone. I really appreciate if you throw any question here also, just to break the ice.
No questions, but I would like to congratulate Raúl and wish the best in the next years. It's a tough challenge to reach $1 billion, but I'm sure all the team in all the world you have, in the United States, in Brazil, everywhere, they will succeed on getting this. So good luck and best wishes.
Just a small comment on just the person that just spoke for everybody that sits outside Madrid is Carlos Bañado. And Carlos joined Chemo basically to develop the women's line. So everything started when he had the vision and start executing plans to see how to approach. So a big part of what's happening today is thanks to him. Gusti.
Bueno, la primera pregunta, primero, otra vez felicitaciones a todos, la verdad que espectacular la presentación, me encantan los colores, bueno, fantástico. ¿Cuánto de esos 1000 van a comprar al negocio industrial?
So just for translation, Gustavo, who runs the industrial business, of course, he's a very ironic person and was very happy about the colors of the brand. That's, but he asked what percentage of the billion is coming from chemo, from the industrial activity.
And I will answer Gustavo very clearly. If you are competitive enough, we will buy from you. Otherwise, we won't.
I think a minimum 300 million will be our business.
Again, if you are competitive enough, we will buy from you.
Okay. That's it.
And just a small comment, I also would like to thank, and not to forget, and I don't know, hope that he's in Paris looking for us, Philippe Perrin. He's also one of our closest friends in the group, and at that time he was the president and founder of EFIC, and so he was the one that helped us to join and enter in EFIC, and hopefully now he's running all the basic research, and he's running a very aggressive program to bring new products of our own research that should be in the market in 2015. So hopefully Philippe is in Paris looking for us, and if so, also my regards to him.
Raul, why Exeltis? Exeltis has any explanation, or was a brand name?
Well, like any brand that you choose, it has the good, the bad, and the uglies. The good thing is when I joined a year ago, Exeltis is one of the few brands that were kind of free around the world. It's not easy in today's world to find a brand that can be used on a global basis. And after a long list of ideas and names that were tested, Exeltis came as one of the few, which we had some problems in between. There were some companies that were challenging the name, and we had to go and negotiate with them. The second is really what it means, the similarity of excellence. And I think this is critical in the pharmaceutical industry. You have to be on top of the game, in top of your game, if you really want to succeed. And I think the name Exeltis brings that on being on top of things. And I think I like both, the fact that it was available and what it meant. I don't know if you wanted to...
Fully support.
I wanted to, again, maybe open up a little bit to give a little bit of more flavor on how we're going to reach this billion. It's not something that we just dream on overnight and say, well, let's put a number. There's 4 vehicles of growth for this billion. One is with the line of products that we have today. And we have to do a much better job in the markets, I'm talking about the subsidiaries, to penetrate, to launch the products that we have, and to gain more market share through field force effectiveness and more efficiency throughout the organization. So the number 1 driver is be better at what we have already. The second big pillar or driver will be our new products. New products is the lifeline of any company. And we do have our LPRI group, which sits in France with Philippe and the team, which are developing new innovative drugs or really combination therapies that will allow us to accelerate that growth in the years to come, as well as things that we are developing on the industrial side, where we, Exeltis, as a customer, can have access and augment our internal pipeline. So 1, do better and be better at what we do. Number 2, obviously, our pipeline. Number 3, we have to expand geographically. We need to be present in geographies that we're not, and they are very critical in the life of a pharmaceutical company, such as We have to really expand in Russia, Turkey, Japan, Korea, the Andean Pac countries, areas that we are not present yet, and we need to be if we want to be a real global player. So again, repeat, be better at what we do, new product pipeline that we do have, geographic expansion, and the number 4 is business development. We need to really augment our pipeline, augment our portfolio. Exeltis will not be only one therapy area. We have to expand our global view of more different therapy areas, and that 4 element will bring us that step that we need to develop, like any company also does in today's world, business development. So through these 4 pillars are the way we are planning to grow and go from where we are today to achieve that goal of $1 billion by 2017. I hope this brings a little bit more of a flavor and clarity of what we're trying to do. But again, it's critical. We are only 4 years away. The cycles in pharmaceutical are very long. So unless we apply the sense of urgency, speed is what's going to define us as a major differentiator in the marketplace. If we are quick in our feet and we can implement what we say, it's all about implementation. So it's implement, speed, we have the path very clear, we know where we want to go, we just need to execute.
What new therapy areas we will concentrate on?
The question is, in what therapy areas we will concentrate on? Obviously, number 1, women's health. We were born that way. It's one of the key elements of CHEMO. We have our know-how. Women's health is a very vast area. There is a long way to grow yet. It's not only contraceptives, it's also fertility, it's also menopause, it's also anti-infectives, antifungals, so on and so forth. So the area is quite extensive, and we need to complete that line. So that would be always our core coming in business. We have also developed technology in respiratory. So naturally, Exeltis, on that regard, will absorb the tremendous work has been done on the industrial side with the asthma and COPD products, and that would be our second, obviously, therapy area that we want to compete. But more than therapy areas, we have to see how do we want to compete. We do believe in the doctor, and we do believe in the prescription, and we do believe that the doctor and the prescription controls the patient. So we want to compete in those therapy areas where the doctor and the prescription and the very concentrated doctor, we don't have the benefit of being able to hire 4,000 reps in the United States to compete in cholesterol. Cholesterol is what is called a GP product, a general practitioner product. We cannot have the muscle to do so, but we can compete in specialty areas. OBGYN is a specialty area. Pneumonology is a specialty area. The third area that we're looking into is dermatology. Dermatology has that characteristics that we will discuss. It's a very concentrated doctor's pool who controls the prescription, who controls the patient. So we are looking to enter into the dermatological area, and soon we will have some news about it. And that would be sort of the third area that we may consider to enter as a global player. Women's health, respiratory, asthma, COPD, dermatology, and then there is a couple of other areas that we are also entertaining looking. One is wound care with some specialty products that we are developing in combination with friends in Cuba. And the fifth would be ophthalmics. But you know, those are more or less the areas that we're looking into expanding. And of course, when we have if we go into these 5 areas, we will not be a $1 billion division. We will be a $2 billion division or a $3 billion division. There's no reason why the global pharmaceutical market, ladies and gentlemen, worldwide, is $1 trillion. there's no reason why Exeltis cannot be a player within that marketplace. No sé si querés. Questions, comments? Again, it's a very, to me, it's a very emotional day. Finally, we have an identity. It's very important for the medical community, for our customers, to be recognized worldwide. It gives you a muscle that we didn't have before. So it's not only the element for us, as we do in the football, when you make a goal, you go like that. It is really to have an identity in congresses in front of the medical community. You know, we are really something that is real, and Exeltis is real.
We have a goal for 2017 of $1 billion. What was our starting point? What would be the compound annual growth?
Well, at least, I mean, I was talking.
I really ask everybody to take note of the number that he will sell for this year.
I won't give you a
Starting
number
point.
for this
Thanks
year.
for the question. Starting point.
I will not give you a number, but
This
we
is
are
not fair, you know, you
we
have
are
to-
in the low 300 million today. We are in the low 300. So in 4 years, we have more than triple our sales. And I think, again, we can do it through these 4 pillars. So the growth year on year, it should be above, do the math. So it's a very aggressive target. Questions, comments?
No more questions?
Well, to close, again, I want to thank Leandro for the vision. He just sent a book last week about people that make a mark in the industry, and clearly Hugo Sigman is in that book. And of course, I think Leandro is making his mark here with the way we are progressing and with the vision of Exeltis. So first, thank you to Leandro, and thank you to all of you, because you've been, without knowing, part of Exeltis in the last 10 years. For the people that has worked so hard, not only for this event, but also selecting the brand, working with the companies that was opposing it, doing so many things behind closed doors that many people don't know, the effort that makes us to have this day as a real turning point day. And to the future of Exeltis, the best, and of course, to my team, we'll make it. Thank you.